How do race predictors actually work? Our running tech loves to tell us how fast it thinks that we can run. And in my experience, these predictions range from pretty reasonable to wildly optimistic. So where do they get these numbers from? Let's take a look at Garmin versus Stryd and which one I've found to be more accurate. Now what Garmin does is it takes your VO2 max and it applies a performance model, which is essentially a lookup table built on population data. And that model will say a runner with this VO2 max of this age and this sex running a perfect race should finish a 5K in 25 minutes or 35 minutes or whatever it may be. After that, it factors in your training load and how hard you've worked recently, and it gives you your own personalized number. But Stryd does it differently. Your Stryd race prediction is built from two things, calculated from your last 90 days of training. The first is critical power, which we've discussed in a previous video. That is the power output that you can sustain for around 40 minutes or so before fatigue really sets in. Think of it like the size of your engine. Have you got a big old V8 or a 1 litre Fiat 500? Now the second is your fatigue factor, and this is the part that I think really makes a difference. Two runners could have the exact same critical power, but if one can hold it together over a marathon and the other drops off in the final third, they're going to have very different race times, aren't they? Your fatigue factor measures how quickly your power drops off as the race gets longer, and it's calculated from your power duration curve. And Garmin can't measure this precisely enough to factor it into your predicted time, and for me at least, that's what gives Stryd's predictions the slight edge, because it's more representative of a race scenario. Ultimately, take all race prediction times with a pinch of salt, because they're never going to be 100% accurate, but they are a good measure of whether your fitness and power is improving. Make sure you're following for more videos on how to run with power, and I will see you in the next one.